Good morning, Bearable traders and members live on YouTube. Welcome to the pre-market show. Good morning, Norm. How you doing this morning?
Good, good morning, Carlos. I'm good. I'm finally well rested. How are you doing?
Doing very good, very good. Yes, you definitely sound very well rested this morning opposed to yesterday. Travels.
Oh man, I felt like I was beat down yesterday, but I'm all good now.
Excellent, excellent. All right, guys. Good morning. Hope everyone had a great day yesterday. We got a pretty decent gappers list as far as numbers. Got some percentages that I like here already so far, so we'll get into that. Yesterday we had a good day. We had some stuff that was moving. I know Roku lost a lot yesterday. Let's see how it finished up into the close. So as usual, let's go over our top place and highlights of yesterday. See what traded well. Then we'll get into some of the what the market's doing now. See how it's opening up right now. It looks like it's slightly up again, as usual, opening pretty flat. And then we'll get into building our watch list. So let's start over here with Cron. Let's take a look at Cron today. So this was my watch list yesterday. So Cron yesterday, again, just didn't really do much. I did not have shares for sure. I'm not sure if anybody else did, but again, just seemed very choppy. Not much volume. The volume kept spiking up here. You can see. Let's get rid of this. You can see. Where's my pen? All right. So you can see some of the spikes here, and then it just dies down, spikes up again. It just completely dies down really early on in the morning, and then just really does nothing after this big drop here. So not much happening there. Next we have Roku. Roku was just, again, just really weak yesterday. It did have this squeeze here at the open, and then it just slowly just sold off. Couldn't hold almost any levels down to the low of the day. I think he even lost that into the afternoon. Actually, even before that, right around lunchtime. Again, just seemed very weak, and it just continued to just lose a lot. So Roku's looking very weak. Today is up 2.2. But if you look at the daily chart, just had a really, I'm going to get rid of all these levels in case this is in play today. And actually, it is already seen in our gapper scanners over here. But again, just a really bad day for Roku yesterday. That was not fun for them, just losing quite a bit here. Next, we have PDD. So PDD also had a huge red day yesterday. Not doing much this morning, but PDD was great. The chat room traded this quite a bit. Andrew, I think, also caught a really nice short on PDD. And look at this, and Brian actually he had the perfect trade on this. He said it right before the open. He's like, guys, I'm gonna wait for this to hit the VWAP, then go short. He got in a little early, and then it just started to squeeze him, so he had to get stopped out. But then, just as he expected it, he does this move quite a bit where it comes up to VWAP, and then it just loses it, and it did just that right to the low of the day of the 5-minute candle, that first one right to it, and then just continues to just drop. No sign of any reversal on this thing. It gave a few fake outs, like here you kind of have a double bottom, but again, just can't get above these moving averages. It just continues to drop all the way down to all these levels here. So again, seemed very weak yesterday. Not much happening today on it. AMD was just choppy. Had just one nice pop at the open, consolidated, and just kind of didn't do much for the rest of the morning. On AMD. ACB was great. I did trade ACB. Looking at it now, it does look very choppy and all over the place, but I caught ACB right here in this area. A lot of other traders did as well. Took his long here, kind of building like an ABCD pattern, somewhat of a bull flag right at the VWAP. On the way up, we went in long, and then this thing just cracked the high of the day, and it just kept going from here. So it was a beautiful trade on ACB. Then from there, just kind of it got a little choppy, just kind of losing it. I didn't have shares for sure, but it could have been a great short once it started losing some of these VWAPs and some of these levels here. But again, just a really good move here. Then here it looked like it was gonna form up again and head back towards the high of the day. We took a long here again, very tight stop. 890 was our stop, my stop at least, and then we got stopped out. Just didn't have the no volume came in, didn't have the legs to get going. BA, what did BA do yesterday? I know in the afternoon, more news came out on this about granting all the U.S. flights, and I think it was around this area here. And just look at this drop. It's a significant drop after that news comes out. So I'm not sure what it's going to be doing today. But again, just pre-market was beautiful. Had a very clean pre-market action. Look at this, the volume coming in, everything popping up nicely. Then at the open, just becomes very choppy, really untradeable until this news came out here with this nice drop. So that was our watches for yesterday, guys. Let's see what we have today. Let's go over to our gappers right up here. Starting with, actually, let's check what the SPY is doing first. See how it ended up yesterday. So again, the SPY over the last 4 days, 5 days did this V reversal here, very strong. Came back up to over 280. These two levels, it picked its head over it, not by much, but 280 was a very strong level that was having a really hard time cracking. So it did that yesterday, and it got over these levels, so that was nice. So we'll see what it does today. Again, as usual, opening up pretty flat, not much going on the markets today. So we'll see how that develops later on. But again, that we're above that 280, which was a huge resistance over the last couple of weeks, really. If we go back, we haven't been able to crack this 280 here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. So we'll see what it does today. Opening up green, but not by much. All right, let's get some columns in here, and we'll see what we have today. Also, make sure to check out Brian's weekly recap. He did that yesterday. Make sure to take a look at that as well. He talks about the markets and also some of the swing trades he's watching, some of the ones he's in as well. FTI, this is Fitbit, right? Is it Fitbit or I'm confusing? No, it's something else. Okay, so FTI. Oh, this is not a great daily chart on FTI. And let's check what the news is here.
Yeah, I couldn't find any myself. Maybe that article you pulled up will have some. I've traded it before, and it doesn't trade great.
Yeah, and there's really no news on it. It just says 30. It's just on the list of 35 stocks moving into the pre-market. So no real news on this. And the daily chart looks actually very, very horrible, guys. Look at all these gaps we have here. This is what we talk about, not a clean chart, which is very choppy. It must be a foreign stock. Again, I never heard of these guys. But again, just not a clean chart. Doesn't look it trades well. Pre-market action at this moment. Let's see what we have. 1 minute chart. Yeah, it's just not clean at all. It has 303,000 shares traded, but nothing clean out of this pre-market action. So we'll get rid of it. I don't think I'm going to even watch this. If you guys see that it gets better or shows some kind of good trading activity, point it out. But at the moment, it just doesn't look good at all. EPRT is up 2.3, 307,000 shares traded so far. That is nice. What do we have here? Not the best daily chart. I don't like the way these candles look here. Look how it doesn't move much. Look at this, all these candles. It's very flat on all these days here. You have some activity happening here. Over the last couple of days, it's been bouncing back after a gap down, so that's nice. But horrible pre-market action though. This does not look great at all. We'll keep it on here. Let's give it a shot, see if it can get better. But again, just not really moving well. Any news on this also? Let's see.
Yeah, this one is a secondary offering, so I usually don't include those on my watch list.
Yeah, that's not going to move well. You can tell already it has a really bad pre-market action. We'll give it here in case it could save itself from this horrible pre-market action, but most likely not, and we would get rid of it. So Roku's trying to bounce back after a huge red day yesterday. Again, it's been really strong, but I guess like Brian was mentioning, sometimes your stocks are hot for a while and then they're not. So Roku is up 2.2, 387,000 shares traded so far, so that's quite a bit. Daily chart looks great. We're back at this levels over here. Again, we lost it big time. We're a nice uptrend here. Beautiful day on this is going back February 22nd. Yeah, so we lost almost half of that or a little bit more. So today we're kind of bouncing back a bit here. Not a great pre-market action yet. It's still early, but it's going to be interesting to see what Roku does after having such a big red day yesterday. So I'm curious to see that. Let's hope the pre-market action gets better. So I do like Roku, and I do like the daily chart. Let me go back on why I like this daily chart. And you see the difference between bad daily charts. See this one here, you kind of have things connecting, and it does move. When you get the volume, you have movement, right? And it's on a nice uptrend here. Here's more volume, you get movement. Some charts just don't have any of this. So this is why this looks better than most. DG. Great example of not a good clean daily chart. See how all these wicks are bigger and it's just kind of choppy. It looks like every day is gaps up or down just by a bit. Things are not connecting. So down today quite a bit, 6.8, 128,000 shares traded so far. Horrible pre-market action. Any news on this, Norm? There you go. Dollar General. Oh,
that's earnings.
That's what it is. All right, so earnings on Dollar General.
I've got my eyes on this one. It could be, and I won't have a bias for it, but it's down 6.8%. It missed some earnings number, but it gave good guidance. So that's the kind of thing I'll keep an eye for to see if it can bottom out and maybe make a run close to, toward where it closed yesterday.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Also, you got a very nice level right over here. I'm going to mark it out just because I'm looking at it. I'm already on it. So 111.33 is the low of a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, right over here in January. So the low is of the pre-market is right on there. So again, just like Norm was saying, this can put in a bounce because that's a big drop for a stock that's trading at a 120. We do have shares for sure, so we could play this both ways. Not great volume just yet, but it is early. So let's see if this DG can get better here. Next we have,
and be sure to watch the spread.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How's the spread now?
50 cents. So
50 cents. Yeah. Hopefully it gets tighter. Yeah. CLDR. We've seen quite a bit of action on CLDR, but from my experience, it doesn't trade very well, very clean. I have not been able to trade it cleanly that I can recall. But it's down 16.1, which is quite a bit. Again, it was trading within these ranges here, lost it a few days ago, bounced back, and now losing it again even more. So I do like that it's down 16%. The chart is okay. Chart is decent. It's not bad. It's not horrible. So we'll definitely look into this. We do have shares for short. Great volume. 551,000 shares traded. Pre-market action starting to get a little better here with some volume. Hopefully it stays steady and we can get a nice flow going here. All right, TLRD down 19%. Ooh, that's rough. Not the best. Daily chart pretty flat throughout the day, so you can see here day to day is pretty flat, but this is a big gap here. 19.6, 482,000 shares traded so far. Let's check out what is our pre-market action. Not looking great right now. Let's check Benzinga, see if there's anything interesting going on. TLRD.
Yeah, they had dismal earnings this morning.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, then we also have some downgrades. Target price to 11. So you got some downgrades and some earnings that didn't go too well. All right, so down 20%. A lot of volume, but again, just the pre-market action just very choppy for 486,000 shares traded. Right? I mean, this just looks really all over the place. So we'll see, but I do like that it's down quite a bit. So we'll keep it on here. What do we have next? MDB. Popping up here, MDB. All right, MDB's up 20%. Horrible pre-market action. Not much volume. That's why this is not a great pre-market action. 105,000 shares traded so far. So not the best pre-market action, but it is up quite a bit. So that's nice. Just check what's going on with this. What's the news on MDB? Probably earnings, I'm assuming. Yeah, so earnings, MDB and price has been raised to 150 target price. All right, so MDB has some good news, but not the best pre-market action, not the best volume at the moment. So hopefully that develops better and we can find some good levels for that. All right, let's look at our NASDAQ active, NASDAQ gainers. Let's see what we got going on here. Then we'll go into your what you guys are watching and see if we can find anything good. ATOS definitely in play today. 1.1 million shares traded so far. This thing is up 151%. I mean, it's just insane. So definitely some activity going on here. Let's check the float on this bad boy this morning. ATOS. All right, ATOS 5.5 million shares. So very low float. See what the daily chart looks like. Daily chart, you do get some activity when it goes. Yeah, we do get. It looks like it has a easier time selling down than selling up. Or at least closing on up, but again, you do have some spikes over here with volume. Today could be one of those days. I mean, really leaving all these ranges though. It is under $5, but again, it's moving well right now. It's moving with a lot of volume, a lot of activity. So I do like that. Let's check if there is what's the float on this. Oh yeah, I did check that already. All right. Oh yeah, news. That's what I was going to check if there was any news on this, anything, or is it just people just buying it up. All right, so they got an FDA approval. So they got some kind of FDA approval that's causing this to pop up a bit here. All right, we'll throw it on here. We'll try to find some levels. I'm going to remove all these ones down here. We'll find some fresh ones. All right, next we have HJLI. Not much happening there. Not much volume. Really not a clean pre-market action. AKTX is looking pretty good. I traded AKTX yesterday afternoon for a scalp. It did really nice yesterday. So yesterday had a really good day. I did not have this on my watch list, but look at this yesterday. Whoever played this, just really strong. They also have some FDA approval as well. So right now they are 3.5 million shares traded. Okay, pre-market action, does have the volume. We'll throw it on here, see what AKTX wants to do today. Up 41% at the moment. Next we have SFET. SFET is SFET has some volume, 771,000 shares traded. Daily chart looks decent. Let's see what's the float on this. I know we had this before in our watch list. SFET is wow, it's really low flow, 700,000 shares on this one. So pre-market action looks all right. Again, not much you can tell by this because it just could continue to sell off. But if it does get the volume and builds up, it can turn into probably a ATOS. Wow, look at this, hitting 5. Oh, about to hit 5. 475 here. So ATOS is definitely in play. We'll throw SFET on here as well. Again, not looking too active right now, but it does have 775,000 shares traded. SMSI is not looking good at all. DOMO, nothing happening, no volume. NDB, we have here already, but again, not getting any better. MLNT, no volume here. UXIN has the volume, but look at this pre-market action. And this one we've seen before, and it doesn't trade really well. It doesn't trade clean. So I think we have other ones that have a very clean pre-market action. Take a look like a ATOS. This is just insane right now. It's going to get halted. I am sure it's going to get halted. Where's our halting scanner here? I don't have it up, but yeah, this is definitely going to get halted. So this is aggressive. All right, next we have SPHS. Nothing happening there. That was the last one for this column. So again, AKTX we have, ATOS we have, NASDAQ ETF. We have SFET right over here. SFET we had as well, so we'll take a look at that closely in a second. Microsoft, 751,000 shares traded. A really flat pre-market action, but it's up quite a bit. Looks like it's just trading with the market though at this time. So not really anything exciting I see here, Norm, on Microsoft. What's your thoughts on this one?
No, I'm not a fan of the pre-market on it. I mean, it might. It's not really much of a gain either. So there's other better stuff to keep an eye on.
Yep, agreed. So not much happening there, guys. I don't like it either. Let's look at UXIN. Also, we saw this one also again just doesn't look great. We have better stuff moving over here, like ATOS at 300%. And then yeah, you got to take advantage and say those numbers. You don't see that every day. I mean, it's just insane. Next BPTH, I guess. NVAX. Nothing happening here. Penny stock. NASDAQ ETS QQQ kind of shows you what the market is doing, how the market is trading. All right, guys. So anything else popping up in our gappers? Nope.
Yeah, I wanted to point out Facebook, FB, and Snap. The two of those are pretty active this morning.
Facebook, yeah, Facebook is getting some action, 350 and climbing. It's down quite a bit. And I'm sorry, it's down one. Yeah, well, actually, that's quite a bit for Facebook, 1.5. I mean, the stock trades at 173, so that's quite a bit there. That's why it's not showing our gappers list. We're looking for 2%, but this does look active. So I'm going to throw Facebook on here. And that one says Snap.
Yeah, Snap, and the reason Snap didn't hit is because of the ATR.
Why is Snap gapping up? Any news on this?
I haven't seen any yet, but I haven't looked.
All right, so yeah, Snap is definitely in play, up 6.5 with tons of volume. The one thing about Snap is that it does trade a little choppy, but the situations where it does give you some good moves. So again, you can tell by the daily chart too. Look at these days, how just small they are. It rarely moves, but you have days like this once in a while that give you a good nice pop. But it's up quite a bit though. It hasn't been up here since last year September. So that's interesting. Something's up with it. Cool.
Yeah, Snap. They got 2 analyst upgrades this morning. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess when you hit the bottom, you can only go up, right? I mean, that's what it is.
You can't hurt yourself falling out of a basement window.
Exactly. All right, guys. So that is what we have right now. Anything else you guys have on your end? TLRD all-time low. I think I have. Yeah, we have TLRD right there. Is it all-time low? That I always like when the stocks are all-time low. It does give it a nice levels to play off. Going back here, yep, it is. It is all-time low. Thank you for that. We do have a scanner with the all-time low, but I don't have it up in this pre-market setup. I'll get that for next time. We'll put the all-time low here somewhere. Find a spot for it. All right. So anything else, guys? What else you have on your end?
it technically tailored is not an all-time low, but the low is 20 years old. So
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, anything above 10, right? So this goes back.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah, there it is.
2008, or excuse me, 1998, and then 2002 it traded down here.
Yeah, yep, I see that. It doesn't hurt now that I'm already here. I'm just gonna mark this level. This is the one from 2008 or so, 837. So we'll mark that down. All right, GE. Let's see what GE is up to this morning. Well, GE is climbing back up 1.7. GE's on a bit of a comeback after dropping hard over the last couple of days. Yeah, GE is in play. The thing with GE, again, it doesn't move much, but again, it's moving today up 2.3. That's a lot for GE, and the volume always there, 4.8 million shares traded so far. All right, so we'll throw GE on here. Not a big fan of GE, but we'll keep it on here, just see how that develops. All right, so we have using AKTX up on good volume. Yes, AKTX is definitely in play. ACB was good yesterday. Today 1.5. Yeah, definitely has the volume. Not moving much right now as far as percentages, but it had a big day yesterday and up another almost 1%. It's trying to get there, so we can throw it on here. We definitely have quite a bit. We have to get rid of what else we have. So thank you, Patrick. We have ATL. Is that a ticker or is that Atlanta? Well, that's Atlanta. All right. FB.
Dirty sell.
Yep. All right, excellent, guys. So let's go through this. Let's see what we can find here and make this list a little smaller. All right, so EPRT is here. Not showing much action right now. Again, it has 389,000 shares traded, but the daily chart for the last 4 days looks good, but then before that, it's not much happening here. So not a fan of this one, guys. I think I'm going to drop it off. Yeah, I just don't like the way it's trading. I think we have other ones that are trading better, and I'd rather watch a Roku that I know is going to trade a little cleaner. So I'm going to get rid of APRT. Let's look at Roku. I'm interested into what Roku is going to do today. Towards the bottom, we have previous day close, previous day low. You also have the low of the pre-market sitting around 59.50. We can mark that as well. Then below that, you have this kind of gap, right? After we gapped up, so down to 54.98. If it breaks that low of the day, not saying it can get there, but it's definitely showing a lot of signs of weakness over the last several days. Below that, we have another one. I'm just gonna mark this one, 51.06. I don't think we dropped that far down after having such a bad day yesterday. I think that we can keep that on there. Towards the top, you have these 2 days over here. I'm gonna mark this of 63.47. You have these 2 days kind of bouncing off that day. Above that, you have another level over here around 64.79. I like the fact that this wick is here, and also you have this day also using it as resistance as well. So plenty of levels there. If you want to mark one more just in case, because again, Roku could move, could have a bounce back day today after such a big red day. 6666. Mark that one on there from this date over here. You also have a moving average coming in. You have another one coming in right below 63.47 as well. So plenty of levels for Roku. So we'll see how it goes. Again, right now it doesn't look too good. It is trying to bounce back. 414,000 shares traded so far. So we'll see how that develops. All right, so DG, I like the fact that it's down so much. 6.6% on this stock is quite a bit. We have a level at 1133 down here. This is where the last time we had a bounce, we had this pop and then bounce right back to this 1133 and then bounces back up. High of the pre-market is all the way up on 117.24. But I do like this day over here too. This 116.44 can be good also. Then in here, guys, here's where it gets tricky, right? From 116 to 112, where the price action is now, there's a lot of room here. So I want to have a level within this area here. Too much space. The problem is, since it does not have a clean daily chart, it's hard to find a level within this area. It's not clean like this level is. You see this level here? This is perfect. Comes right up. Very clean level that it comes, shows some resistance. This level comes here, shows some support, clear level that it can bounce from. You don't have that in here, so I'm gonna pick the best one possible. kind of here midpoint, which is 114.29. I'm picking that because of this day here, this one here, and then you kind of have these days in the middle here. But again, not clean, not a very strong level like the other ones that we have. All right, so that's what I have for DG right now. The pre-market action is not showing much, but it is down quite a bit. And we can play this both ways. We have stocks for short as well, so we'll see how it goes. If not, if we find something better, we'll get rid of this one. All right, CLDR. I'm not a fan of CLDR, but it's down 14.9, almost 15 at this point. High of the pre-market sitting at 1290. Below that we have 1222. What do we have below that? And then under that we have a somewhat of a base here happening at 1117. Again, another situation where you don't have the cleanest level like this one down here, right? Look how clean that level is, 1015. Double bottom off that 1015 takes off, so that's a nice clean level. I don't see that towards the bottom in this area. Towards the top, if we get above the previous the market high, we have a clean level here at a 1340. You have this day where it bounces off that level. So that's what we have on CLDR. Again, not a great clean pre-market action, and from experiences, this stock does not trade clean at all. TLRD is all-time low is at 837 or lower. I think you said, Norm, right? All-time low is actually a little bit lower.
Yeah, it's lower from way back.
Yeah. So the most recent one going, and then most recent I'm talking about 2008, 837 below this 906. 906 is the 905 is the low of the pre-market. High is 948. But again, just not really moving very clean here, guys. I like the fact that it's down 21.3, but I'm probably going to get rid of it and wait for this to hit our scanners with some movement. Towards the top, above this 948, we don't have anything in the area unless we go way back. But I'm not gonna worry about that now. I'll just leave this one the way it is now. If it hits our scanners, I'm going to watch it. But I don't like the way the pre-market action is looking right now. MDB is another one also that does not have a clean pre-market action. It's up 20%, which is nice. We'll get some levels in here. 122.62. Towards the top, we have 128.02 is the high of the pre-market. So we'll mark that down. Towards the top is all-time high. What do we have here? MDB going back. Oh, all-time high. All right, yeah. So this is all-time high right now. Nothing in between here besides this level right over here. So you don't have this a lot of clean space top and bottom. Pre-market action does not look great. I'm gonna keep this on here because it's up quite a bit. Let's see if this thing is really strong. Doesn't have much volume, but it could sell off from here, or if it's really strong, it can get the legs to go higher. All right, Facebook pretty active, 368,000 shares traded. It is down 1.7. Let's get some levels in here. Low of the pre-market at the moment, 169.07. Below that, we have another very clean level here with some moving averages coming in at 166. And then below that, we have one here at 161.27. I don't think it'll move this much, but you got to be prepared for things like this. Towards the top, you have previous day low, previous day close, and then previous day highs listed right over here in this area. So plenty of levels for Facebook. Let's see if it can hold this 169 or if it's gonna come back down and test it. Snap is looking really strong today. Let's get some levels for Snap. Towards the top, let's see what we have here so you can find some clean levels off the daily chart. I'm going to zoom into this area here. So towards the top, you have some consolidation happening at 1140.44. You have a daily level, not the cleanest daily level here at 1095. Towards the bottom, you have this wick here at 1046. Let's see what we have here towards the bottom. So yeah, you got that 10. Look how we found that 1046 from a different level, but very close to this wick over here as well, the top of this wick. So that works. And then towards the bottom, you have the previous day close, previous day highs listed right on the previous day close. So again, just kind of just wedging into that support there, and then to just that resistance just broke off and popping up nicely today. So Snap is interesting. I'm gonna mark the high of the pre-market because we were actually, I'm going to mark this one here instead, 1075. We're having a tough time breaking that 1075. Let's see if we can get through that and head higher. So that's Snap. GE, GE, let's remove some of these levels for GE. See if GE can have one of those normal trading days. 1056 level at GE. We have another one at 1085, then all the way up here at 1176. So I like this one, obviously clean level all the way up here. This 1086 is good because you have this day closing there, and then these 3 days using it as resistance. 1056, you have also this day using it as resistance as well. They can't get above that, then they sell off. Then below the price action now, you have previous day highs, previous day lows, plenty of levels in here. You got some moving averages coming in as well. You're also talking about moving average. You have this one coming in also down towards 11. So after 1086, 11, and this moving average could be a place where you can find some resistance. All right, so that's GE for you. 6.1 million shares traded so far, so quite a bit. ACB, what do we have on ACB here? We got some levels from yesterday we had on here. We got the previous day close towards the bottom. Below that, we have the previous day low at 857. Anything in between this gap here? No, I don't see anything clean. Yeah, I don't see anything clean between the price action now, the previous day close, and the 857. And towards the top, let's get in here. Yeah, nothing too clean. You could mark this one 975, 969. You got some days that are bouncing off that. This one here as well. You got some days using it as resistance. Again, not the cleanest daily chart. This is why when you don't have a clean daily chart, it's a little challenging to find good clean levels like this one here and stuff like that. So that's what we have for Snap. Snap is interesting, very strong. Let's look at our low flow. Let's see what's going on over here, and then we'll check out if you guys have anything else. And then we still have way too many. We'll start to get rid of some more. ATOS is heading back up here, kind of sold off from 6. I have the pre-market 630, 631. Trying to get back up there now. Looks like let's find some levels towards the top here on ATOS, going back to 2018. All right, we have a spike right over here at 753. Above that, some clean levels all the way up here. If we can get that high up there, anything in between that looks good. You can kind of get this level on here, this 862. But again, in these type of stocks, the price action is very important. Sometimes even more than the levels, right? You gotta look at what the price action is giving you, the volume, what kind of setups you're seeing, level 2, and all that information, not just the levels. Towards the bottom, in a possible situation for a fallen angel, I'm gonna mark down this down here at 294, and you also have somewhat of a level happening right here at 435. You got these days using as support, then it becomes resistance. You got these days banging their head on it before it sells off. So that's what we have on ATOS right now. It looks like I'm trying to possibly put in an ABCD pattern here on the 5-minute long-term chart here. A, B, C, and then might go higher. If it can hold this 435 here. AKTX is popped up nicely, but now selling off a bit. Let's see what we have here. So high of the pre-market on AKTX is 961. What else do we have on this? Here we go. All right, so we have this level here where the price action is at right now, 862. Towards the top, we have another one here, 1049, and we also have 1193. That's plenty for the top. Then on the bottom, let's find some levels here. We have this moving average also coming in over here, but let me see if we can find a good clean level. We have 774. I'm sorry, 772 could be a clean level towards the bottom. So we have plenty already on AKTX. Let's see if it can hold here. It's kind of, again, had a very strong day yesterday. Looked like it's trying to put another strong day today, but selling off a bit now. All right, SFED is also selling off a bit here. Let's find some levels. 348 high of the pre-market. Above that, I already had 372 from this day, and then 390. Oh, we got plenty of levels up here. And 391, and then 422. Let's just mark those for now. I don't think we're gonna go up that high, but if we do, there'll be some more levels up there. Towards the bottom, you got this week all the way here, 280. 280 becomes support for all these days, and also resistance for this one here when it pops. So you got a level on the bottom. Then below that, you got plenty of previous day close, previous day highs, all listed in this area. But right now it doesn't look, again, it has the volume, doesn't look too clean. So I'm probably going to get rid of this one. I'm going to keep 8KTX and ATOS right now. But SFED, again, just doesn't look clean in the pre-market action. So we'll see. We'll see. But I might drop that one off. All right, guys. Definitely got plenty. Let's get rid of some of these. Way too many. I want to get this down to 6. So Roku. Roku looks so. I like Roku because, again, it could have a bounce back day today. I don't have shares for short, unfortunately. It is on short selling restriction. DG, I like that it's down 6.6. Let's see if we need to get some more volume on this one. I might put this on my side list to watch later, unless it hits our scans. But I don't think it's going to. It's not doing much right now. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of DG for the moment. Oops, get up here. All right, CLDR. CLDR bouncing back here, does have the volume down 12.5. Again, I'm biased against this stock because it's choppy, but the pre-market action looks good, so I'm gonna keep it. MDB, did we get anything done here? No, MDB doesn't look good, guys. Just nah, is up 20%. That's great. I'm gonna throw it down here. But right now the volume is just not there, so we'll get rid of that one. Facebook is active. It's kind of creating some nice ranges here, so I do like Facebook. I'll keep that one. Snap looks like it's still struggling with that 1075, but I like the volume. I like that it's up almost 7%. I'm gonna keep Snap. GE is actually fairly active and moving, up 3.5. So I'm high of the pre-market right now, 1044. See if we can crack that. Yeah, I'll keep GE for now. ACB. And ACB also looks interesting. Not great, guys, but it did play well yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Norm, anything you have on your end that you like so far?
No, other than the Snap and the Facebook, I'm pretty much that I threw out earlier. I'm pretty much on the same page as you. Just trying to see between now and the open what actually picks up some volume.
Yeah, that's gonna be the thing, because right now a lot of, again, even the ones I have that I'm keeping, like for example Roku doesn't look great in the pre-market action. CLDR,
it's picking up steam. Actually, CLDR is. I was just catching that in the corner of my eye.
Yeah, it is picking up some steam here. This bounce from this 1224 here. So again, it's got some serious volume. So this looks good. Doesn't look great pre-market action wise, but compared to everything else we have, this looks pretty good. And actually is getting really active here now. Facebook looks good, nice range. I like Facebook. Snap is about to crack that 1075. If it does that, it can definitely run here, so I like that. GE's in the same situation, also struggling with 1044, so we'll see what's going on there. ACB does not look great. Let me see. You know what? I think I'm going to change ACB for DG. I think I'm just curious to see what DG is going to do. DG, yeah, I might just do that. So I'm gonna get rid of ACB from my list, and I'm gonna add even MDB might be interesting. We can watch everything, so we'll just put DG on here. MDB, I'll wait for it to hit the scanners. SFED I'm gonna get rid of. Just can't watch too many. SFED is in place, guys. Just can't watch too many. I like AKTX better, and ATOS actually is the one that's definitely in play today. All right, guys, so this is my list so far. Let me see what else you guys have that we might have missed. PDD, let's check it out. PDD doesn't have much going on right now. Pre-market action looks pretty flat, but again, it's one of those stocks that had a really big red day yesterday, kind of like a Roku. Just Roku has more volume, but this is something I'll throw in my side list over here, PDD, to look at later, see if it hits the scanners. But again, right now, not great on volume and not great on pre-market action. But again, just had a really tough day yesterday. Same thing like Roku. Roku had a really bad day yesterday, and has more volumes, trying to bounce back a bit here. What is BA doing, by the way? Anything on Boeing today? Yeah, not much going on here.
I think it's just kind of settling into a range until if there's any more news on it.
Yeah, so not much happening there, guys. 8 was heading right back up, came down to his 435, and looks like it might want to get towards the high. Definitely got a lot of activity on ATOS here. MDB is yeah, MDB is so. All right, so we have Roku. CLDR. Oh, CLDR popped up. Look at this, man. CLDR is definitely
Yeah,
making
I
some
was going to
moves.
call it out but you were talking. It popped about 30 cents in just a matter of seconds or so.
Oh man, nice. No man, you can always interrupt me. Anything above 15 cents, just say, Carlos, shut up. I gotta throw something in here. Um, FB is losing it here nicely. I like FB. Snap again. Snap is just again having a tough time, but I like that because then it can lose it here at the open or pop up nice. GE couldn't break 1044, and DG I like. All right, so that's my list, guys, so far. This is what I'll be watching. I'll see if anything else pops up that looks better. But at the moment, this is what I have right now.
You got to really watch the spread on CLDR. As I've been watching it, it gets as high as 15, 20 cents. And for $13 stock, that's pretty excessive.
Yeah, that's aggressive. Anything above even like 5-10 cents, that's aggressive. Yeah, you don't want to be down 5 cents on the number of shares you take off the bat. So hopefully that gets tighter, guys. Look at the spread on LCDR before you get in, because that's something sometimes I forget to look at that, and that's very important to see what the spread is before you enter a trade. All right, SPY is selling back down a bit, probably going towards the previous day close. So couldn't get above that 281, which is the last high a couple of minutes ago. What else we have in our scanners? Nope, I think that's it. I think we're all set. Anyone has any other ones? Apple. Let's take a look at Apple. Yeah, Apple's grinding higher here. It's up 1.3. Some good volume. But I just have way too many. I can't add any more to my list. We got way too many today. But we'll check this out, see if it hits our scanners. FTI, yeah, I had FTI, but I took it off because it's just, look at the pre-market action. It's just very choppy. It does have the volume, 519,000 shares traded. But again, it's just, the pre-market just looks very, very choppy. So I'm just not sure about this one. Someone mentioned earlier UXIN. Yeah, it's just choppy. And I believe this is a low flow, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So yeah, I'd rather watch. Yeah, it's a 7 million shares flow. I'd rather watch like a 8 toes. This has more liquidity. Spread is actually nice, 1 cent spread here. So at least right now, 2 cents at the moment. But so that looks a lot better than the other one. Definitely more active. AKTX is losing some now, but again, this also has a lot of volume. Had a big day yesterday, and it's trying to put in a big day today as well, up 34%. So I'm gonna watch these two instead. Good morning, Brian. How are you doing today? Let's see what else we got here.
I've got my eye on NVIDIA. William just mentioned it in YouTube. NVIDIA is kind of at a level where it might break out, or it might start to pull back a little bit. It's had a heck of a run in the last week, so I've got my eye on that one as well.
Yeah, that looks good. That does look good. It might be trying to crack the previous day high here. So yeah, that's interesting. Having a couple of strong days. GE's trying to head back up. Snap. And Roku. All right. Yep. All right, folks. So thank you guys for YouTube for joining us this morning. Make sure if you have not already done so. I mean, we have tons of great tons of good opportunities with this challenge. I mean, it's a lot of buying. We're getting a lot of members joining, current members, new members, people that never traded, people that want to try something different. So again, we're looking forward to it. We cannot wait. Class starts Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Is the first class to go over some of the things to look out for those that are trading for the first time or trying something different with this platform. So definitely join. I think the deadline is tomorrow, Friday, right, Norm?
What's that?
The deadline for the
the deadline's been extended a little bit, but the sooner the better. That class 1, which is usually our class 1, we're going to modify a little bit. So if you haven't traded in DAS, you you watch us on YouTube, you'll have a chance to learn a little bit about the DAS platform, some help setting it up, to get ready for the challenge. And I believe some of it'll get I think that the trial period will start Friday for DAS. The sign up will be a little longer, even though you won't get more of a trial period. So we'd love to see as many people as possible sign up and take part in it.
Yeah, same here. It's gonna be great, and we'll be putting out some how people are doing throughout the week as well. And we'll put out some tips. We're definitely gonna put out some tips for the new guys that are joining, so you can kind of get an edge on this. And again, there's some prices as well. We look forward to see how people do here. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us again on YouTube, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure you comment and like as well. If you have any questions, throw it down in the comments. If you're watching this video after the fact, and me, Norm, or any other moderators will get back to you. Take care.